When we think about exercise for seniors, the first activity that almost always comes to mind is walking. It's simple, it's accessible, and it's certainly good for you. Walking is wonderful for your heart, your lungs, and your mood. It keeps you moving and engaged with the world. For decades, it has been the gold standard of advice given to older adults. But what if I told you there's another exercise, a single powerful movement that, for those of us over 75, can be even more crucial than walking? What if this one exercise is the key to maintaining your independence, preventing devastating falls, and ensuring you can recover faster from any potential surgery? From a surgeon's perspective, while I love seeing my patients walk, my primary concerns for seniors are strength, stability, and the ability to perform basic daily tasks. A fall that leads to a broken hip can be a life-altering event. The inability to get out of a chair without help can be the first step towards needing assisted living. This is where walking, for all its benefits, has a limit. It maintains, but it doesn't effectively build the foundational strength you need to fight off age-related muscle loss and frailty. The single most important exercise, the one I wish every single person over the age of 75 would do every other day, is the sit-to-stand. It sounds almost too simple to be true, doesn't it? The act of getting up from a chair and sitting back down. Do not let its simplicity fool you. The sit-to-stand is a powerhouse movement that a surgeon loves because it directly addresses the biggest physical challenges of aging. It is, in essence, a bodyweight squat, a fundamental movement pattern that is the very definition of functional fitness. Functional fitness isn't about running a marathon. It's about being able to live your life safely and with confidence. It's about getting off the toilet, getting out of the car, and picking up a bag of groceries. The sit-to-stand builds the exact muscles you need for all of these things and more. Why is the sit-to-stand superior to just walking? A surgeon's breakdown. To understand why this one movement is so critical, let's compare it directly to walking. Walking is endurance. The sit-to-stand is strength. Walking is an endurance activity. It trains your heart and lungs to work efficiently for a sustained period. This is cardiovascular health, and it's vital. However, walking does not provide enough resistance to significantly build new muscle tissue, especially not at the rate we lose it after age 75. The sit-to-stand, on the other hand, is a strength training exercise. You are lifting your entire body weight against gravity. This resistance is the signal your body needs to say, "We need more muscle here." This process is the #1 weapon against sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. Think of your muscles as your body's armor. Walking polishes the armor, but the sit-to-stand forges it, making it thicker and stronger. The sit-to-stand directly prevents falls. As a surgeon who has repaired countless hip fractures, I can tell you that the vast majority of falls in seniors happen due to a combination of weak leg muscles and poor balance. A person trips on a rug, but their leg muscles aren't strong enough to catch them, or they lose their balance for a moment, and their core and leg muscles can't react quickly enough to stabilize them. Walking on a flat surface doesn't adequately challenge your balance recovery systems. The sit-to-stand, however, trains the large muscles of your legs, your quadriceps, front of the thigh, and your glutes, your seat muscles, which are your body's primary brakes and stabilizers. Strong quads and glutes mean you can stop a stumble from becoming a fall. The very act of controlling your body as you lower yourself into the chair and stand back up is a mini balance exercise repeated over and over. It builds bone density. More effectively, osteoporosis, or thinning of the bones, is a silent condition that makes fractures more likely. While any weight-bearing exercise, including walking, is good for your bones, strength training is better. The principle is called Wolff's Law. Bones adapt to the loads placed upon them. When your muscles pull on your bones during a resistance exercise like the sit-to-stand, it stimulates the bone to lay down new mineral deposits, making it denser and more resistant to fracture. The load of lifting your entire body weight is a more powerful bone-building signal than the repetitive, lower impact of walking. It maintains true independence. What is the first sign that an older person might need more help at home? It's often difficulty with transfers, the medical term for moving from one position to another, like getting out of bed, off the toilet, or up from a favorite armchair. This is the exact movement the sit-to-stand trains by. Practicing this skill, you are directly investing in your ability to live independently for longer. It ensures you can visit friends, get in and out of a car, and use the bathroom without assistance. This is a level of real-world, practical benefit that walking alone cannot guarantee. The Masterclass: How to Perform the Perfect Seat to Stand. Doing this exercise correctly is key to getting all the benefits and staying safe. We will break it down into tiny, manageable steps. You will become an expert in your own living room. Step 1. Choose your throne, the right chair. This is the most important piece of equipment you'll need. Sturdy is a must. Find a solid, stable chair. A kitchen or dining room chair is often perfect. Do not use a chair with wheels, like an office chair. Do not use a low, soft, squishy sofa or armchair. The right height. Initially, choose a chair where, when you sit, your hips are at the same level as or slightly higher than your knees. Your thighs should be roughly parallel to the floor. If the chair is too low, it will be much harder. You can always make the exercise harder later by choosing a lower chair, but start with success. No arms, if possible. Ideally, you want to perform this exercise without using your hands. So, a chair without armrests is best. However, if you are just starting and need help, a chair with sturdy armrests you can press on is a great starting point. Safety first, always. Step 2. The starting position. The setup for success. How you begin the movement determines how effective it will be. Scoot forward. Sit on the front third of the chair. Don't sit all the way back. This positions your body to stand up efficiently. Plant your feet. Place your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Your heels should be positioned slightly behind your knees. This allows you to drive through your heels, which activates the powerful muscles in the back of your legs and your glutes. Many people make the mistake of having their feet too far forward. Posture is power. Sit up tall, pull your shoulders back and down, away from your ears. Imagine a string is pulling the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Engage your core by gently bracing your stomach muscles, as if you were about to be poked in the belly. Arm position. Cross your arms over your chest with your hands on your shoulders. This prevents you from cheating by using your arms to swing yourself up. Step 3. The ascent, the stand phase. This is the work part of the exercise. Hinge forward. Before you stand, hinge forward slightly at your hips, keeping your back straight. Your chest should come forward over your feet. This movement shifts your center of gravity and is the secret to standing up without using momentum. Drive through your heels. This is the most important cue. Push the floor away with your feet, concentrating the pressure through your heels and mid-foot. This will automatically engage your glutes and hamstrings. Lead with your chest. As you begin to stand, think about keeping your chest up and proud. Don't let your upper body collapse forward. Squeeze at the top. As you reach a full standing position, squeeze your glute seat muscles together firmly. This ensures you finish the movement completely and helps to stabilize your pelvis and lower back. Stand tall and proud for a moment. You've done the first half. Step 4. The controlled descent, the sit phase. This is just as important as standing up, and it's where many people miss out on the benefits. Do not just plop back down into the chair. Initiate with your hips. To begin sitting, push your hips backward as if you are reaching for the chair with your bottom. This is the opposite of the forward hinge you did to stand up. Keep your chest up. Just like on the way up, maintain a proud chest and a straight back. Don't round your back and collapse into the chair. Control the speed. Lower yourself slowly and with control. Imagine you were trying to sit down on a priceless antique chair without making a sound. Try to take at least 3 to 4 seconds to lower yourself. This negative part of the exercise is incredibly effective at building muscle and stability. Touch, don't plop. Gently touch the chair with your bottom before you put your full weight down. This ensures the entire movement was controlled by your muscles. Step 5. Breathing. The rhythm of the movement. Your breathing should be synchronized with the effort. Exhale on the effort. Breathe out forcefully as you stand up. Inhale on the return. Breathe in slowly as you lower yourself back into the chair. This simple pattern helps to stabilize your core and ensures you don't hold your breath, which can raise your blood pressure. Common mistakes and how to correct them. Mistake: knees caving inward. This is very common and puts stress on the knee joints. Correction: think about actively pushing your knees outward so they track in line with your middle toes. You can even place a small pillow or a yoga block between your knees and gently squeeze it as you stand up and sit down. This helps activate the muscles that stabilize your hips. Mistake: using momentum, swinging your arms or rocking your body to get up. Correction: cross your arms over your chest. Focus on the forward hinge from the hips and the powerful push through your heels. Slow the movement down. It's impossible to use momentum when you move slowly. Mistake: looking down at your feet. This causes your chest to drop and your back to round. Correction: pick a spot on the wall in front of you at eye level and keep your gaze fixed on it throughout the entire movement. Mistake: rising onto your toes. This means you are not using your powerful posterior chain, glutes, and hamstrings. Correction: focus on that drive through the heels cue. You can even try wiggling your toes slightly just before you stand up to remind yourself to keep your weight back. The progression plan: making it your own. The beauty of the sit to stand is that it can be modified for any fitness level. You start where you are and gradually progress. A surgeon loves a progressive plan because it's safe and effective. Level 1, the assisted sit to stand, absolute beginner. If you cannot stand up from a chair without using your hands, this is your starting point. And it's a wonderful starting point. Use the armrests of a sturdy chair. Try to use as little pressure with your hands as possible. Focus on the controlled descent. Even if you need a big push to get up, try to lower yourself back down as slowly as you can, using your hands for balance. This will start building the necessary strength. You can also practice partial reps. Stand up only halfway, hold for a second, and then sit back down. Level 2, the hands-free sit to stand, the gold standard. This is the version we detailed in the masterclass. Crossing your arms over your chest and performing the movement with perfect form. This is your main goal. Once you can do 10 to 15 of these with good form, you are ready to increase the challenge. Level 3, increasing the time. Under tension. The easiest way to make any exercise harder without adding weight is to slow it down. The super slow descent. Try to take 5 or even 10 seconds to lower yourself into the chair. You will feel your thigh muscles working in a whole new way. This is fantastic for building strength and control. The pause at the bottom. Once you stand up, lower yourself until you are hovering just 1 inch above the chair. Hold that position for 2 to 3 seconds before standing back up. This builds incredible strength at the most difficult part of the movement. Level 4, decreasing your base of support. This progression challenges your balance. Narrow stance. Sit to stand. Perform the exercise with your feet closer together. This makes your base of support smaller and forces your stabilizing muscles to work harder. Staggered stance. Place 1 foot slightly in front of the other and perform the sit to stand. Make sure to switch which foot is in front on your next set. Level 5, changing the range of motion, lowering the surface. Once you are very confident, you can progress to a slightly lower chair or stool. This increases the distance you have to travel, making the exercise harder. A stack of firm cushions on the floor can also work, removing 1 cushion at a time as you get stronger. Level 6, adding light resistance, advanced. This should only be done when you have completely mastered the bodyweight version. Hold a weight. Hold a light dumbbell, a kettlebell, or even a full gallon of milk or a bag of books against your chest. This added load will supercharge your strength gains. Use a resistance band. Place a looped resistance band just above your knees. This provides a constant reminder to push your knees out, strengthening your hip abductor muscles, which are critical for stability. Building a routine. How often, how many? Consistency is far more important than intensity. Frequency. Aim to do your sit to stands 3 times per week. Your muscles need a day of rest in between to repair and grow stronger. So, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule is perfect. Reps and sets, A repetition, is one full seat to stand. A set is a group of reps. Beginners, start with 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps. Rest for 60 to 90 seconds between each set. If 5 reps is too much, do 3. If that's too much, do 1. Start where you can. Intermediate, aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Progressive overload. This is the secret to getting stronger over time. Each week, try to do just a little bit more. Maybe you add 1 more rep to each set, or you rest for 10 fewer seconds between sets, or you slow down your descent just a little bit more. This constant, gentle increase in challenge is what tells your body to keep adapting and building muscle. The surgeon's corner. Real-world medical benefits. Let's look at why the medical community, especially surgeons and physical therapists, value this exercise so highly. 1. Prehabilitation, prehab. Getting strong for surgery. If you know you have an elective surgery coming up, like a knee or a hip replacement, starting a sit-to-stand routine 4 to 6 weeks beforehand can be the single best thing you do for yourself. Why it works? You go into surgery with stronger muscles surrounding the joint. This means your body is better prepared for the trauma of the procedure. Your recovery starts from a much higher baseline. The analogy: think of it like saving money before a big planned expense. If you go into surgery with a savings account full of muscle, you'll have plenty of strength to spend on recovery. If you go in with no savings, the recovery process can deplete you, making it much longer and harder. Patients who do prehab consistently get out of the hospital faster, have less pain, and return to their normal activities sooner. 2. Post-surgical rehabilitation. The set to stand is one of the very first exercises a physical therapist will have you do after a knee or hip replacement. Why it's used? It is a safe, controlled way to start bearing weight and activating the muscles that were affected by the surgery. It directly mimics the essential skill of getting out of your hospital bed and sitting in a chair. Mastering the sit to stand is often a key milestone you must achieve before you can be discharged from the hospital. By practicing it beforehand, you are literally miles ahead in your recovery journey. 3. Fall prevention. The ultimate insurance policy. As mentioned, this is the big one. Falls are not an inevitable part of aging. They are often a symptom of weakness. The chain of events. Weak glutes and quads lead to an unsteady gait. An unsteady gait makes you more likely to trip. Poor balance and weak core muscles mean you can't correct yourself after the trip. The fall happens. Weak bones make a fracture more likely. The fracture leads to surgery, hospitalization, and a potential loss of independence. Breaking the chain, the sit to stand, breaks this chain at its very first link. It strengthens the glutes and quads. This improves your gait. The movement itself improves your balance and core strength, making you better able to recover from a stumble. Stronger bones make a fracture less likely even if you do fall. It is a profoundly effective preventative measure. While walking maintains the engine, the sit-to-stand reinforces the chassis, the very frame that carries you through every moment of your day. Without that strong frame, even the best engine cannot take you where you want to go safely. Think of the small moments that make up a life of independence. The unassisted trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night, the confidence to accept a friend's dinner invitation, knowing you can get out of their low dining chairs, the simple joy of getting down on the floor to look at a photo album with a grandchild, and then rising again with ease. These are not small things. They are everything. They are the currency of dignity and freedom. This is what you are training for when you practice your sit-to-stands. You are not just exercising, you are depositing strength into the bank account of your future, ensuring you have the reserves to live the life you want on your own terms. As a surgeon, I have seen the profound and often devastating consequences of frailty. I have seen how a single fall can unravel a life of independence. My work is often to repair the damage after it has been done, but my truest wish, my most sincere piece of medical advice, is to help you prevent that damage from ever occurring. This is that advice. This is the prescription I wish I could give every senior patient. It is a prescription that requires no pharmacy, has no negative side effects, and is entirely within your power to fill. The cost is a few minutes of your day, and the reward is incalculable. It is the gift of self-reliance. Therefore, do not let this knowledge be something you simply read and forget. Let it be something you do. Your journey to a stronger, more stable you does not begin tomorrow or next week. It begins the very next time you are seated in a chair. See that chair not just as a place of rest, but as your personal training station, an opportunity to build, to strengthen, and to fortify. Stand up with purpose. Sit down with control. Do it for your health. Do it for your safety. But most of all, do it for your independence. Because for those of us over 75, this one single exercise is more than just better than walking. It is the foundational movement that makes a lifetime of walking and living possible. This is the promise of the sit to stand. This is your senior health and wellness tip, surgeon approved.